Good afternoon, everyone. We're joined by Mayor Cantrell, Darlene Cusanza from Crimestoppers, and our leadership team from our Criminal Investigations Division, and our Deputy Chief who oversees all of our investigations. This Friday will mark 2 months since 2 people cowardly shot into a crowd outside of a row of businesses on South Claiborne Avenue, killing 3 people and injuring 7 others. We're here today to let the community know this remains an active and ongoing investigation. Our investigators have not stopped working on this case, and we won't stop until these 2 individuals are behind bars where they belong. We're also here today to announce another increase in the Crimestoppers reward for information leading to the arrest in this case, now at $12,500, up from $10,000 announced in July. As a reminder, that's on top of an additional $15,000 offered by our partners at the FBI and the ATF, for a total of up to $27,500. This continues to demonstrate the significance in which the NOPD, Mayor Cantrell, and our partner agencies are placing on this case. We do believe that our investigators have identified prime suspects in this case, but we still need the public's assistance to assure that anyone associated with this act of violence and any other crimes of violence are held accountable for their actions. We know that there were a lot of people out there that night, and we still need you to come forward to tell us whatever you know, whatever you saw, whatever you heard that night. Even the smallest detail could be exactly what we need to solve this case. And we cannot stress enough how important it is to have strong community support in solving a case like this. So many of our cases are solved through your help, and that's why we're appealing to you today. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Cantrell, who will be followed by Darlene Cusanza.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. You know, it cannot be overstated the value that residents within our community truly do bring to violent acts that take and truly has taken the lives of our residents and even our visitors. July 28th was a real demonstration of that violence that's occurring and has occurred on the streets of New Orleans. It's very important that the public understand that, one, we have not lost focus. We are doubling our efforts as it relates to this incident that occurred on South Claiborne Avenue and Louisiana Avenue Parkway. But we need the full participation of residents. If you have seen something, please step up to say something. We have apprehended several associated with, but we're not done yet. And we believe that if you come forth, that we can truly bring justice to the families and the victims who really did have to face criminal acts of violence right here on the streets of New Orleans. I reached out, and I continue to reach out to family members associated with this. I called Miss Jackson when Tropical Storm Gordon was coming, because I knew that she was missing her son, who would be there for her, prepping her home should she needed to evacuate. But this press conference today is to demonstrate to our citizens and our victims that, one, we have not forgotten. The New Orleans Police Department is laser focused on solving this crime. You've seen here recently we have brought justice as it relates to violent acts associated with Hamilton Street, associated with Southern Place in terms of Chan Smith. But now, today, we're pleading with the public to come forth to help us solve this act of violence, again, on Louisiana Avenue Parkway and South Claiborne Avenue. We cannot do it alone. We cannot. But we're going to give it all that we can to solve this case, but we need your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Cantrell. Again, just reiterating that the Crimestoppers portion of the reward was increased today from 10,000 up to 12,500. We added 2,500. And with Crimestoppers, you're going to be anonymous. So when you make the phone call, you send the text, or however it is that you can communicate with us, we're not looking for your identity. We're truly just looking for your information. And as the chief said, everything, every piece of information is important. So please give us the call. There are 2 other rewards available to you through the ATF and the FBI, but again, make the call. We also thank those who have made the call initially. If you have new information, contact us again. Thank you.
If you've identified crime suspects and there's video in the case, is there a point where you release video because it was laced with cameras? Could that help if you're asking for the public so desperately to come forward? Could that help maybe in a case like this to release video 2 months after the fact?
We've looked at that very in depth. The video that exists that we're referring to does not identify any individual, and we use the video cameras that are pumped into the real-time crime center so we can learn about people approaching and people leaving, but what we have doesn't identify anybody, and should it identify someone, we'd bring that to you right away.
Are the prime suspects in custody on other matters or still in the area?
Well, we believe we have identified who we believe we're calling prime suspects. It is really important that the community call us or call Crimestoppers right away to help us close this case. It will only happen, just like the mayor said, there are other cases that we have solved, and they've all been solved with community support. This is no different, and it will be through community support and participation that we solve this. We believe we have identified who they could be, but we need to confirm that, and that can only be confirmed through community support.
Two questions. Can you say how they've been identified? Is it articles of clothing that match up with other crimes? And secondly, the mayor mentioned something about associates being apprehended. Can you drill down a little bit more on that? Tell us, what are you referring to?
I think the answer to the first question is just going to be hard work and good old-fashioned detective work. That they started that night knocking on doors, talking to people, looking for video, looking for evidence, and just doing good old-fashioned detective work. Connecting the dots, if you will. And we're to a point now where we need the community to really step up and help us to solve it. And so that's what this appeal is all about. And I believe you've heard us talk about other arrests that we've made in other shootings and in other murders, where you saw the police department move really swiftly. But it was with community support that we identified the perpetrators there in many of those cases, and we've solved that. And just like we solved those with community support, we're asking to solve this one with community support.
People that have been apprehended, are they known associates of the people that you're looking for? How are they connected to the people that you're looking for?
There are no arrests for any persons in this case. And so we're looking for community support to help us connect the dots and to bring about closure to this case. And it will only happen with community support. There have been no arrests in this case.
Do you still believe that this was a gang-related shooting?
We have information and data to support that the victim had ties to a local gang. And so while we can't say with certainty 100%, we can say that the victim had ties to a local gang, and there was information to support that. And so that is our belief at this time.
Have you identified the type of gun used in the murder?
We know that one was a handgun. We know that one was an assault rifle. Yes.
Is it odd that just the press conference as a whole, with all due respect, that you're saying we've identified suspects, but usually it's a picture of John Doe or Jane Doe? You're kind of asking the community to go on a limb here and say, we know the community knows who the prime suspects are, but we're not telling you who they are. I mean, do you find the tone odd that you're saying we have prime suspects identified, but you're not telling anybody who they are?
Well, just because we believe that we've identified who we believe could be suspects doesn't mean that we have enough evidence. And what we need is more information from community who might know something because they saw something, they heard something, or they know something. And that's what we need right now, once again, and we're making that appeal to our community.
Chief and the mayor, recent crime data shows that New Orleans murder rate last year ranks us number 4 in the country. It's the 30th straight year New Orleans has been in the top 5 of that category. What are you doing new right now to help bring that number down, and what do you see that's needed to improve that number going forward?
I think what we're doing right now is making sure that we approach this from a holistic view. That's number one, and the mayor has given us all the resources that we need and remains fully committed to working with the police department to approach this from a holistic view. Number one, it will take community support. As you saw, the community is a little more satisfied as a result of our community satisfaction report, and we're counting on the fact that we believe that there's better engagement, that more community members will come out to help. We believe that's how we've been able to solve a number of murders in the recent past, and we're counting on that participation and support to solve this one as well. It will be a holistic approach. Of course, we're upstaffing our homicide unit. We added 2 more detectives with a round of additions a couple of months ago. There are 2 more that are going to be added in the near future to make sure that the caseload is appropriate across all detectives. The Tiger teams have great staffing. We're giving them all the supplies and resources they need to work tactically and covertly to catch these shooters, to catch these armed robbers. They're doing a phenomenal job. We've cleared a number of armed robberies last week with the Tiger team and the districts supporting them. And so it's a holistic approach, going after individuals, but going after groups as well, working covertly and tactically to catch them. And it's usually with some community support that we're having success.